catching it? We are catching it. I've got a black dog, possibly because my guts aren't feeling so good. This is not to be posted, it's just a self-talk and it's temporary. So I can understand what is going on. Okay, right now I'm very hungry. Yet parts of me are crying because parts are tired. And I've laid in the sun earlier, which was lovely. But you know there's a bird. But my belly was so big that I felt real sorry for myself. Not that I've been able to meditate. And but my fingers starting to go for the winter. And I'm extremely I feel my body is weak, so I have to change that belief or thought. It's not good at all. It's not good enough. Shit. I'm going for cabbage tonight. Maybe fried mushrooms. What do I want fried mushrooms? Oh, I've got all this delicious fruit to eat. Today that's too cold. Why are you on like 4 vegetables? No conflict. Qu'est-ce que tu voudrais manger si c'était ton dernier repas? This is how I have to talk to myself sometimes, because I'm like, oh no, I can't eat that, I'll keep it for the week. Oh no, I can't eat that. Oh no, I don't want that. Come on, just eat it. What do you truly want tonight? I don't really want the mushrooms. Okay, I don't have the mushrooms. What would you like? Would you like some celery? Yes. Do you want some pumpkin? Yes, but it's too hard to cut. Okay. But we don't have any pumpkins. Not tonight. If you want a green bean. So, we've got the vegetables, we've got the bread, we have no protein. Do we eat eggs? Do we eat cheese? Do I make an omelette? Why not? I feel really anxious. There's no reason whatsoever to feel anxious right now. I feel anxious to the point I find it hard to breathe. Intestine. We want something to drain all this, so we are going to have slippery elm and some flax seed. Because they are obviously not draining well at all, and we need a bit of help from nature. Because we know when things aren't well in the intestine, we feel like shit. By the way, I said I was not going to post this. I probably will not post this. It's a bit personal, like showing myself off as someone who suffers inside herself to look after herself. To make an effort, come on. We can do this. Oh, yeah, great. We can do this. Okay, we'll have. Oh no, that's of magnesium, isn't it? We'll have one of these vitamin B things. She said I should really have them. Okay, I think eggs are looking at me. Okay. There is no need to feel
like this. All is well. You had a beautiful afternoon. And even if your finger is starting to hurt, even if your belly is enormous, what can I say? You're still here and now, here with us. And that's a good thing. Earlier, I felt nearly tearful when Rose was talking to me. And I suddenly thought, in some years, or in however how long, she will not be in my life anymore. And the thought of that just brought a lot of grief. I must recognize how happy I am right now. I am so happy. And yet today, the thoughts of misery, of oh no, it's going to go wrong, it's, you know, all this just oh, it's such pointless, really pointless. Let's carry on. Let's not get lost in too much talking. Let's do some dinner. This water there, for those who are interested, is not filtered water. It's water with charcoal in it. It removes impurities, chlorine, things like that. And so because the water filter is just really too much plastic, I still use it for cooking because that only does 3 liters, which isn't enough for cooking. And also sometimes I'm not sure the flavour is brilliant. It's one of these things, isn't it? Okay, we're going to be ridiculous to the extreme. We're going to cook with video. Local celeriac, grown organically in a very nice place. Oh, you can still see me over there. Good. Good, because there's nothing to see, nothing to say much either. Oh my god. We have a visitor, and it's one of those slugs who actually eats slugs. So it's a very useful slug. We'll put him outside. Hello you. You can go and do something else outside. Ok. Alors, qu'est-ce qu'on fait de ça? Le problème with celeriac is that it's full of us when they're not from the supermarket. The supermarket, they do all the jobs for us, don't they? We don't even know what a real celeriac looks like. Well, this one has had the roots taken out, so you don't see very much. Right, we've got a pan that's in the way there, so what would we do? How should we cut you? It's better to slice you or cut the end off? What would you like? A slice, okay. It's not very much celeriac. And we'll cut a bit more. Smells beautiful. Fresh celeriac, it was still in the ground yesterday. celeriac is ready. We tidy up as we go along. We will try a bit of pumpkin. You know, sometimes when we are feeling a bit funny, like mentally, it's important to watch what we're eating that day or for the last few days. In this case, I have been eating okay, but not greatly well. Not enough vegetables, fibers. Yeah, it's not been the best really. And yesterday I had a tinned, not tinned, it was jarred cassoulet, which was excellent, with plenty of good vegetables. But last time I had that, I did go extremely gassy, of the very, 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 very bad kind of gas. And this time it didn't happen, but I am there feeling sorry for myself, therefore I bet you it's doing something in the intestines, putrefying in some sort. Ah la la. I'm going to leave the skin of that pumpkin to see if it's edible enough, as in not too tough. It doesn't take much to cut, so it should be good enough to eat. You know, I really don't understand why anybody else but me watches these videos. Frankly, there's a lot more interesting to watch, and I'm not waiting for any compliments because I know this is just like sharing a life, sharing my life in a way. Well, not in a way, it is sharing life, and that's all there is about it, isn't it? Now the corn, for all those interested in health, not that I am the picture of health myself, but, well, there's worse, there's better, it doesn't matter. You see that corn, if it's an organic one, well, hopefully it is, because you don't know if it's GM or not, but, well, you don't have to be concerned by GM. I personally am. I'd rather not eat GM food if I can help it. But you see this beard here? This is excellent for kidney problems and urinary tract as well. So I'm not so sure about the urinary tract, I just know it's an excellent cleanser for kidney. It's apparently the most useful part of the corn. So I'm going to put this preciously and put it together with those here, which are cherry stalks, and again those are excellent for kidney cleansing. Look them up. Look, I'm talking to the camera as if it was someone else watching. Never mind, I should really talk to myself. Alright, Alexandra, make sure you remember, because we know it, but just in case you forget, this is really good for the kidneys. We're going to, in fact, we're going to make a tea from the cherry stalk that we probably need to boil for about 10 minutes, as they're very dry. Right, so we use this one, even though it's full of plastic. Those are cherry stalks. Shall I use them all or not? Because that's another question. The cherries are finished now, so I'll use half now. Let's put half of that in there. And the corn silk we'll add at the end. See, I've even got a candle on. When I don't feel too happy in the head, a candle really, really helps lots. It's like, I don't know what it is like with the candles, but every time I feel better. Okay, so we've got corn, we've got the vegetables, we've got cabbage next. Now, if you had seen this cabbage when it was at the market, it was enormous. I've got a quarter of it and I've not even hardly eaten any yet. It's a beautiful cabbage, grown organically again. We're so lucky to have neighbors who don't mind sharing their vegetables. It's delicious raw. Celeriac, if you grate it, you put better with homemade mayonnaise, but it's delicious with in salad. Oddly enough, there's some, like, a bit of dead leaf in it, which is unusual in a cabbage. Well, I don't need to really clean it now. I love raw cabbage, but too much apparently stops iodine fixing in the not thymus, the other one. This gland here, the iodine gland, the thyroid. You know, eating is a danger. Eating too much of one thing, there you are, developing fixation problems. Life is dangerous, I tell you that. We could die any second. Any second. Like, I could die right now. It's not going to happen. But, and then it will be on video, which is pretty cool. But unfortunately, I don't think it will get posted. Oh, God. You know, the best bit of a cabbage is... Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh. What's that called? The spine. Tomorrow I'm doing a liver flush, so I'm going to eat lightly tonight. Even so, I should eat a bit more, but never mind. There's not much in the freezer, except this is fish. Salmon. Oh, yes. found a piece of salmon in the freezer. It's too big, really, but oh well, we'll do something with it. Oh no, it's too much for one. There's 2 slices. I know, I leave it in the fridge to defrost, and it can be eaten. I don't know when really. Oh, I know, even better. We'll put salt on it. And it will cure slowly in the fridge. That's a wrong dish, isn't it? Look at that. Doesn't work for salmon, does it? Well, it will do for now. So we'll put salt on it. This is going to be the best, most boring video ever made. There's no belly, no body parts, lots of whinging, some cooking, and you can't even see what I do, so see, if it was defrosted I'd rub it on, but because it's not defrosted I'll let it do itself. So we'll put that to defrost in the fridge for now and see what we'll do later. So that doesn't help me for tonight for dinner. I think we're going to have an omelette despite it being really flush. An omelette. Merde, j'ai oublié d'ajouter de la oat milk. Les œufs sont bons. We're going to check the eggs because they are a little bit old. Alors, of course I could eat the fresh eggs, but it's good to eat the old ones first. Oh dear, are they still good? Let's do this. Yes, it looks alright. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not split or anything. Celui-là, plutôt petit. Let's try this one. Yes, that looks alright. The air gap is not too much. Excellent. Two is probably enough, isn't it? Particularly if we're going to put some cheese in it. Oh, better put some water on for the vegetables. So we have vegetables cooking soon. If you look at the mess, I tell you off. Don't even dare looking at the mess. Right, on y va. La mâcher chose, l'omelette. Un peu de sel, pas trop. Do is something green in it. That would be delicious. Before the cheese goes in, we find in here that I really hope nobody watches this. They think I'm bloody mad. But that's okay, isn't it? To be mad a bit. We've got some coriander there. Oh, coriander, if you want to know, is excellent to remove or to displace heavy metals from your cells. They recommend it in the case of mercury poisoning, but you have to eat it with other things like some seaweeds or apopectin or something that stops the mercury being reabsorbed in the intestine. So, to a good health, a handful of coriander. What about a little onion? This one is a nice shallot. I'm not going to say where I bought it. I'm not doing adverts today. A day free of adverts. Look, I really hope I don't post this, you know, actually it's pretty embarrassing, isn't it? The water is boiling, we put the pumpkin. And the celeriac. Where have you gone? Merde alors. The cherry stock is boiling now. Getting a little bit of colour, but not very much. No. I'll let the rest cook before I add the cook. I'm sure you want to see the kitchen. It's very nice, isn't it? Lovely mess. Never mind. We've got to have some mess sometime. This is a locally made cheese. I'm not going to do any adverts, but this one is sage. Do you know what? I often feel like I'm so lucky and so blessed to be living here that I feel nearly guilty for everybody else who doesn't have my shoes. It's like I'm not allowed to be happy. Everybody else should be happy before I am. So please don't feel envious because I feel guilty about it. But you can feel envious, but please don't, there's no need. We do all have our challenges, and you've not got my nice belly. Well, I doubt you do. If you do, I want to know it. Okay, on y est. That would be the cheese. You wonder what's under there, don't you? Well, there you are. So I'm going to show you. This is fermented cucumbers, which are developing a little bit of a harmless white mold on top. That's one that often grows once you've started your fermented foods. A little deposit starts growing at the top. They're very nice. Locally grown, of course. Wow, we're so lucky. People start gardening if you've got the time. It's just wonderful. Okay, on here. We put a bit of liquid in the omelette. We're not doing any adverts. Just checking, you can't see what it is. It's a bit weird looking. It's okay. Because we like to live dangerously, we put a bit of cow milk in as well. It's very bad for you, milk. Very bad for you. Very, very bad. In fact, it's so terrible. It produces mucus, it creates coldness, damp conditions. It's very bad for everything. It's so dangerous to eat, isn't it? So dangerous to live and eat. Amazing, we're still alive. Oh la la. It's numb. Do you want to use that? That's boiling. Remember it's finished, so the cabbage is next. I've got some old red cabbage in there, poor thing, I've not eaten it, so I better eat a little bit. I'm not sure this one was locally grown, but it's very delicious. You've got to go back in there. Oh my god, there's a worm in the fridge. Oh, let me to think, come with me, come on. You don't want to be in the fridge. My poor little thing, come here. Come on. Come on, I'm going to damage your look. Is that the trouble with gardening? See, little earthworm. He's not too happy in the fridge, is he? Like, already off you go with a slug. Okay, that's cooking. Shall we put the cabbage in and then we put the omelette? That's the trouble with homegrown produce. It's often full of little creepy things. Like worms and slugs and insects. I've read somewhere, I don't know if it's true, that in South India they eat a lot of insects in the salads, like little tiny things, and that's what keeps them in proteins. But it could be wrong. We hear of a lot of things. It should make sense because they're vegetarian and they haven't got such an access to big array of fruits, you'd think they would be deficient, but they just explained it as they eat insects, unknowingly, of course. Because that same book was saying that when they come to England and they start eating sterilized vegetables from the supermarket that haven't got anything living in it, they often get deficiencies. It's so hazardous to live, isn't it? Amazing, we're still alive, all of us. We're pretty lucky. Okay, I'm doing the omelettes now. Let's concentrate. That's cooking. I put sesame oil today. Sesame is a bit better than olive oil when it's heated. It doesn't produce as many harmful things. Oh. Doing this, that's doing that. What we're going to do is we're going to wipe that clean and get some bread cuts. So lucky locally for bread. So much good bread. Today at the market I had some breads from Amanda, who does a very good sourdough. And my dear friend also makes a sourdough, so I benefit. This is the end of this. This is Amanda's sourdough. Bless them, bless everybody. Thank you. Thank you for this bread, thank you for this food, thank you for this life. Because I haven't got starch and I need to put on weight, let's eat some bread. Okay, one slice of each. Oh, and the omelette is ready to go in. Do you want to laugh at my omelette? You probably can't see anything here. What's going on here? Oh, there. Well, you can't see anyway, but it's pointless. Never mind. It's not fair that you cannot see, isn't it? It's not beautiful looking. That's pointless looking at the bottom of the pan, isn't it? Ali, come look at my jumper instead. While that is cooking, we'll do the plates. Oh, and we'll get some fermented vegetables out as well. On va mettre ça là. This is the state of the table. I've not put it away from the market yet. don't want to overcook the onions. It's apparently harder to digest eggs when they are very cooked. So I will turn it off. There's one of the cucumbers. Very nice with garlic. I made those using an American recipe where they pour boiling water on the cucumbers so to keep them from going soft. Okay, the vegetable is probably done. Butter is very useful in small quantities, very good in lots of vitamins. This one's not organic though, but it's very nice, but I'm not sure of the quality of the milk. Never mind. The cherry is still cooking, still doing its work. There's also tapena different size. I'm not try to. So, the legume in first. This corn isn't very grown, so I've picked it too early. This is a cordon bleu, by the way. Very much, well, it could be cordon napton really, which means nothing at all. Actually, I shouldn't put so much there, so I can put some on the bread. Bread is nice with butter, isn't it? Maybe one day I'll be vegan. In the meantime, I'm enjoying the butter and the eggs. Et voilà l'omelette. Well, I should not be calling it that. It's, well, it doesn't matter, does it? As long as it's delicious. Bon appétit. 45 minutes to make an evening meal. Oh, that started when I wasn't feeling so good. I've made it. Okay, you want to see the cucumber, don't you? It's very stiff. Oh, come on. I'm not doing a quiproquo there. I'm just saying it's still like, it's not soggy. It's quite sour. It's lovely, Jean. No vinegar in it, except a teaspoon. It's got some lovely flavours in it. You know, there's something really sad about modern people having access to a video camera. Like me, isn't it? That's a huge meal, by the way. I don't normally have such a big meal. Now, shall we stop this? 48 minutes. It must have got pretty painful for you, wasn't it? No belly. I told you so.